guys, what's going on? Another day in the Dookie Boy realm, another day in a realm that never made sense, never did. Is always mysterious, is always confusing. This is just kind of a rant. I did write a couple of things down, just little stupid things I wanted to touch on. I was just watching a video linked by another channel that I'm subscribed to. Not one of his videos, but just I guess a video he shared. Pretty insightful video, but I mean, nothing, no new information, but just sort of inspired me to make this one. There really is no reason, no good reason to have a kid in this reality. And the best example that I could come up with to think why any, I don't know, I guess you could say non-rich, but why would any rich person want to have a kid? I mean, really either. But anyways, like non-rich, just somebody who struggles and lives in poverty or just lower class, lower middle class. It's not an interesting experience. So why would anybody want to have a kid in this realm outside of the one excuse of like, oh, we run a farm and there's not enough bodies around to help do stuff. And even that's like, wait, so you're condemning this next soul to a life of constant fucking physical labor to help you out until you die of old age? Or what? Like, that's not a fucking nice thing to do to somebody. Like, what are you talking about? You're like literally writing out a whole contract for somebody else's life existence experience thing before they're even born. Yeah, we're going to need this boy to bale hay and, milk the cows. And what if that kid comes out and he's like a fucking, if it is a he, what if it's a girl? Do you just have another kid until you have an able-bodied boy to help out? Like, what if it's a girl? What if it is a guy and he's a very feminine, artistic guy that wants to ballet dance and not do farming? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if? So it's like you're writing out a script. Some of that may not even be anything they ever wanted to do. So, and that's the best practical reason to have a kid outside of selfish reasons. And people stop at selfish reasons, like, oh, I want, like when you actually ask parents, like, well, why do you want a kid? It really, it's always a selfish thing. It's always some like, well, I wanted a kid. I wanted to see if I would be a good parent. I wanted to see how my kid would turn out. Me. It's a very selfish thing every time. It's always a selfish excuse. There's no practical. Oh, I had the kid because there just doesn't exist in this reality unless you enjoy making souls suffer. The first irresponsible parental mistake you can make is having a kid to begin with. Every parent watching this is looking at me thinking, this dude's crazy. I love my kids more. I'm not saying you don't love your kids. Like, if that's what you hear when you watch my videos, if you're on that level intellectually, please, man, like, think more clearly. Is that what you hear? You hear me attacking your love for your children? Like, come on. Like, let's not be idiots here. Um, I would say, does your child have a perfect life? Does your child not also deal with the suffering misery realm if you have a child? There may be examples out there. People say, oh yeah, my kid's just so happy and he met the woman of his dreams and he has a perfect life. That's very rare. That's very rare. Most people, I don't know, nowadays, if they even get to the point where they have a kid, once they have a kid, they break up, they go their own way. It's just everybody's in like this confusing, broken relate. But it's just like, yeah, let's bring a kid into this realm, especially the one that we know now. There's a lot of us. Let's say if I was having a kid, my brain is pre-programmed. That's what I'm saying. You start paying attention to the brain, you know shit. Pre-programmed to go into a nostalgic state and remember my childhood and the innocence of it and how good it was. It doesn't go, isn't that weird? The way my brain auto did that without me thinking about it. And we ain't pre-programmed to stay in this stupid matrix. Think deeply. But it's interesting that my brain goes back to my child. Yeah, I want to bring a kid into that. Well, that ain't life though. That was a moment of your life. You're not bringing a kid into that. Let's talk about the last fucking 30 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're bringing your kid. Your kid don't stay a kid. They stay a baby for 3 years, 4 years. And then it's like, they're in the system now. Like they're already like starting to go to preschool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I don't know, they say a baby, then they stay a kid for a little bit. So they get, 10 years, say 7 years, 8 years of true innocent freedom. Assuming they have a nice childhood. That could be fucked up too, depending on who you're talking to. But assuming they had a nice one of those, you're not bringing a kid into that though. Unless your kid's gonna like die hella young, and you're just like want him to have the nice, beautiful part of life, and then just grab his chest and fall down and like have another one. That's not funny. I told you guys I have a morbid personality. That shit caught me funny. I'm sorry. That's not funny, but it's sad. That's actually sad. To a degree, I guess when I laugh at morbid things, it's because if I take them serious, if I really think about them seriously, I would it would bother me like hell. It might make me cry. You know what I'm saying? Like that's actually really sad that the human. Anyways, we get a little piece of happiness, and then we're right into the machine, the slave realm, the matrix that never had to be. What a bizarre reality. What is the? Anyways, let's bring another kid into that. Now they don't have to move around hay and put in some labor milking the cows and picking up eggs out of the fucking chicken coop where they're kind of pre-collected. I know it's very difficult work. It is. You're out in the mud and you're walking through cow shit and blah blah. That's difficult. Like walking ain't difficult. Walking through cow shit ain't difficult. It's just gross and dirty. But it ain't any harder. Do you think a farmer back in 1627 had a harder job than a current day bricklayer? Do you think that a fucking farmer back in the 1600s had a harder life than a current day anybody working fucking 60 to 70 to 80 hours a week? I don't care if you're coding 60 hours a week, trying to compete with other low wage fucking, well, actually, coders make decent money, but if you're coding 40 hours a week, it's maddening. Doing anything over and over and over and over. And over. It's like the whole reality set up to drive us crazy or just put us in an uncomfortable, worrisome state. You better survive out there. It's worrisome. Oh, what do I need? You better go get a job. You need money. Oh, how do I do that? You better go apply to stuff. Okay, I got to go apply. Let me get in this system and cut this boarding, cut this boarding, cut this boarding, cut this boarding. Now I'm in the matrix. I'm a fucking robot machine. I need this to survive. Just like, I hate this. This whole reality is like a weird system set up to trap souls and torment them. Like we talk about it like it's in the spirit, like that's a big deal and unbelievable. Motherfucker, it's happening here. It's hard for you to believe. No, this can't be a soul trap. Motherfucker, it is now happening in our face. And you just saying it can't be? What are you talking about? Does this system seem natural or organic to you? Hell no. This shit ain't human. What's happening here, this system of repetition going nowhere, slave system of watching and observing its citizens and controlling their lives and taking away their rights and freedoms. This is already a soul trap. Do you feel like a free soul in your body right now? Is that how you feel? I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm trapped already here in the physical realm. It ain't that hard for me to believe that this shit leaks over into the spirit and I have to deal with being trapped there too. I'm trapped here, motherfucker. Why is that hard for you to believe? If it's happening here, it's already been happening in your current life. Anyways, let's not get too deep and complicated for the fucking meat monkeys out there's little bubble protected comfort zone fake reality. We don't want to blow their fucking pussies up, you know what I'm saying? That would make a mess. Exploding pussies make a mess. Okay, black magic. Black magic. I mean, it's black magic. Magic in general is sort of frowned upon in this realm on the whole. And people will. I'm not promoting magic. I'm not a magician. I usually talk shit about this shit, but I do have to be brutally honest. Um, what if somebody did a black magic spell, whatever the hell that means? I don't know. Is there a difference between black magic and white magic? And if there is, where are the white magics? Where are white magic spells? I never hear about white magicians. I don't see them walking around casting spells, healing the blind, doing anything. Where are they at? Why is it always dark and demonic and evil in this realm? Where's the white magic? And you can say like, well, love is the white magic. Love is another tool used to keep us trapped here. Like I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but love is actually one of the most powerful shackles used by the realm to control us. Uh, this isn't news to anybody on my channel. I said this a long time ago. Yeah, love is great, isn't it? Love would say, yes, it would be great if more humans were loving in the realm, but uh, it's actually a sort of drug. In a lot of NDEs, the love is a sort of drug used like a carrot on a stick to lure you into a place. Like, where was the love back home? Imagine having a horrible, suffering, miserable human existence and then dying, and then there's something there just waiting to love you. It's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you love the children that were being sacrificed on a daily basis down there? Why didn't you love the children that were being trafficked on a daily basis down there? Why didn't you love the children that were being tormented or abused or molested on a daily basis down there? Where was your love when the kids were starving? Where was your love when we were struggling? Where was your love when we were going through war? Where was your love when we were going through disease and poverty? Where was your love? You waited till I died through a whole suffering realm to say, come here, boy, I love you, Selma, come over here into this light. I'm running away from you. You're a demon. And the love is used against me in the end. Don't fall for that bullshit, man. But black magic. And this, it's funny because these same little fucking uppity little dodo birds that will say bad naughtiness about black magic will participate in a pagan holiday every Christmas. They'll every birth date they'll put a bunch of candles into a cake of sweets, nothing healthy for you, but they'll put a bunch of candles into a piece of food, light them on fire, carry them. They'll all sing a chant, and then they'll all make. Then the person doing it will make a wish and blow out their candles, and everybody will cheer as the smoke rises and blah blah. And it's like, you guys can't tell you're in doing like a ritual or a spell or that's something. How does any of that make sense? Oh well, it's tradition. Well, it's a ritual tradition. Just because it's traditional to you and you've been doing it your whole life and it's normalized in your brain doesn't mean it's not a goddamn ritual. What's going on there? What if you lit incense with your? What if you literally sang it like a chant? Would you believe that? It's like you're committing a ritual now. But that's black magic. And when I do the birthday thing, it's nice and pretty. It's like, well, what if they committed a black, or not committed, casted a black magic spell and got what they wanted? They got abundance, wealth. Their whole family was living great. Everybody they loved got the medical care they needed because of their magic. So, would anybody that's against it would say, well, that's demons, and the demons did that. And it's like, how come anytime something good happens in the reality, we're pre-programmed to go, that's demonic and evil? Anytime something good in the reality happens, we are pre-programmed to go, that's demonic and evil. Do you guys think we were maybe brainwashed to be that way? Again, I got to be brutally honest. I don't even think, I'd say I'm still waiting for a practical magic spell. Somebody send me a email, a comment. Do it in a comment so everybody can see it. And then I'll even do it in a comment reply. And we can all cast your little fucking spell. Give me a practical spell and tell me how to cast it, and I'll go cast it on my next video. As long as it ain't hurt nobody. You know, if it's just a fuck, give me a fucking one practical spell. Does anybody know a rotten tooth fix spell? I'll take it. Does anybody know a cure your vision spell? There's actually techniques you can do if you go outside and like. Anyways, there's ways to actually cure bad vision. But most people don't know that. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. Like, just give me one. I'll fucking take it and run with it. And if it works, I'll say, guys, magic's real. Magic's real. I don't think magic is real. I think belief is real. And if you believe you're a black magician casting a spell on somebody else, but their belief sees you as a fucking peasant, your spell's going to do nothing to them. Your spell's going to do nothing to them. And if they're on a higher level than you and they turn that negativity back around on you, you might get fucked up. So I think belief is not, I think. A doctor can give a patient an empty pill and say, oh, this is a new study medicine that's curing cancer every day. They'll swallow it and their cancer will go away. There's actually a story I heard about when I was in college about a dude who did this. Not only did he do the placebo, he then unplaceboed and fucked himself. But anyways, he'd like So this happened to a doctor's patient. Um, the patient ended up seeing a commercial for the experimental drug that he said he was giving him. It was actually a placebo. He had stage 3 cancer, so cured it. Then he seen the commercial saying, "We're sorry to inform the public," blah, 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 something bad about that drug. And then he got his cancer back, and he ended up dying. Like, belief is very powerful. So it ain't no. I think that the rituals and shit help these people believe that it's real, and it's their belief in the rituals that it strengthens their belief. If it's anything, because there is something to placebo that happens every day in this reality, and nobody can explain it yet. It's the power of belief. The power of belief, and especially the power of belief on one's own body, is super powerful. When they find out that a lot of bodybuilders growing as big as they do has a lot more to do with their minds than it does to do with the poisons they inject in their ass. You guys know bodybuilders are dying now in their 20s. There's bodybuilders now dying in their early 20s. Like, that ain't enough of a message to you dodo birds to quit injecting that shit in your fucking butt cheeks. like, like they're dying in their early 20s. like, anyways, but anyways, what the fuck was this video about? I just totally lost my train of thought. One sec, guys. I can't see what time. Oh, I'm at 16. One sec, guys. All right, so yeah. I'm sort of already made that point about the bodybuilding. Actually, I dealt with this same issue personally, so I can speak on this. I got a lot stronger when I would lift. I was sort of like a power lifter. I got a lot stronger when I lifted, but I never really got bigger. I never really got bigger until I started, uh, well, during bodybuilding, I guess you could say, or lifting. Uh, I started doing what they call now, they call it muscle to brain connection or whatever. You're really just focusing on the muscle as you're doing your exercises. You're kind of stiffening up and making your body rigid, the rest of your body very rigid, and sort of just focusing on the flexing of, like, if you're doing curls, you're really just focusing on the bicep and flexing your bicep and getting a real good flex. It's more of like a mind. And that's when I actually started putting on muscle. Like, again, I put on strength when I was lifting, but I mean, I probably looked fit, but I never really started getting bigger until I started doing the whole muscle to mind connection type lifting, lifting slower, not like pumping out sets, really focusing on the muscle. That's when you grow. Like, a lot, it's like, whoa, I'm saying it's like a lot of bodybuilders, like, they're gonna eventually realize a lot of that was mind happening. Again, nowadays people inject so much stuff in their bodies. There's so many different things people take: testosterone, steroids. There's a new thing even teenagers take now called SARMs, because you can order it online or whatever. It's like right from Amazon and shit. Like, people are putting all kinds of weird chemicals in their bodies now. Like, the only thing I ever did was whey protein, and that didn't do shit for me. That didn't do shit for me. I took the whole fucking jar of it. It was a big ass jar. It was disgusting. It was like drinking fucking it was disgusting. I mean, it was just so gross. I hated every sip of it. But I'd put hella sugar in there too, like, or probably honey. I can't remember. I think I just put straight sugar, which probably didn't make it healthy. But I mean, that shit didn't do nothing for me. I was like, what is this dumb shit? Like, people actually waste their money. It was like $60, like fucking 25 years ago, for this jar of shit. Literally tasted like mud water, bro. It was disgusting. It's like chocolate flavored. No, like, this is chalk flavored, bro. Like, not chocolate, just chalk. The shit you used to write on a fucking board. It was chalk flavored, bro. It was so disgusting. But I was like, I'm never buying this fucking shit again. But nowadays, bro, people take all kinds of weird shit. There's actually this dude on YouTube. I can't remember his name. Uh, I can't remember his name, actually. His name was Boston Lloyd. And he was kind of like one of those steroid taking people that's honest about their drug use. And this dude experimented on himself with, like, he treated his own body like it didn't even matter. Like, he would take a new experimental fat burner thing, let's say, that nobody's ever even used before, and his, like, kidneys were shutting down and shit. Like, this dude was goddamn crazy. Like, he had a lot less life care about life than I do, for Christ's sake. Like, he had no fucking cares given. Like, is having muscles that important? Like, god damn, dude, you're taking. I would say don't ever take an experimental drug, especially one that was created in a lab by some steroid dudes. I don't know where he got it from, but I mean, I don't know but this dude's dead. I'm pretty sure. This dude's dead now. I'm pretty sure he killed himself doing all this shit. Like, godly, but If you're into bodybuilding, building muscle, it is actually one of the few small handfuls of things in the reality that you can do practically that's positive or beneficial. It's like bodybuilding or lifting or staying healthy. Uh, Not everybody's into that. A lot of people talk shit on it like it's a negative thing. It's like, what the fuck, taking care of your body, like the machine you're in the realm with is thing. But I guess if you were a total anti-nihilist and you just hated life, I guess it would be. You're like, no, just let it die. Drink more beer. Kill the avatar. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, guys, by the way, I might depending on how things go, I may be streaming full time soon, so we'll see how things go. I actually already have access to a place where I would have uh, full reign over whatever I needed to do. I'm just seeing how things work out, seeing how things go, and I'm going to make my decision here in probably a couple more weeks. We'll see how things go. But if they go well, I'll probably be streaming full time. But oh, I've only been doing this one for 4. Oh yeah, I just reset the fucking video. What am I thinking? But yeah, the what was this video about? I totally forgot what this video was about. I get on to rant. Oh yeah, did I make the point about black? It's like people talking about bad about black. It's like anytime something works out for somebody, it's bad and evil in this realm, and then we're pre-programmed and by the same demon that hates us all the time too. Don't forget that part. Like remember, all this indoctrination still comes from the machine itself. Uh, we're told by them that that shit's evil, and it's like, bro, if somebody came up to me and said, "Yo, Chris, do this. Go get a branch off a willow tree and lick the tip, blah, 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 do a couple W's in the air, and say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and boom, somebody's going to donate to your PayPal and they're going to donate you $1 million, $10 million, something crazy. Like, guess what? I'm casting that fucking spell. Like, I'm going to go cast that spell. Like, and then somebody would say, well, you're being evil or demonic. Like, but I used a chunk of that 10 million to help my whatever get their whatever fixed. I use a chunk of that 10 million to help me and my personal. How is it negative? Because it was magic, period. It's like, okay, go back to your pagan holidays and birthday candle rituals. Go back to the rituals you're okay with, the ones that actually don't bring you anything because you're wishing for something to come. When you wish for something to come, it's up in the air. If you demand for something to come, it comes. Well, if you're conscious and powerful and strong in belief, why would you be the entity second to something else that's powerful, asking it to make something better? It's like, well, you just gave all your power away and said you're powerless. So how could you fix your life if you're powerless? Anyways, yeah, oh yeah, I already talked about that too. Like people that want kids, like there's no practical good reason to bring somebody here. Like, and plus you want kids. Do you want adults? Again, because that kid shit don't last forever. It's only a few years, and then the problems start. So that's what you're actually getting. You're getting an adult for anywhere from, well, it depends how young the person could die. Nowadays world, anybody can die at any moment. So, but if they make it past their teenage years into adulthood, that you could have them as an adult for 60, 70, even 80 or 90 years and only have had them as that innocent, beautiful essence child that you wanted that was based off your own nostalgia. It wasn't based off current reality in the slave system, because if you were basing it off that, you wouldn't have a kid, not responsibly. Uh, and let's be honest, man, most of the kids in this fucking realm weren't planned anyways. Like, how good of a start is that, being an unplanned baby? 90% of them are. 90% of the kids walking around weren't planned. Two people were boning. They did their thing and you came out. Like, it was a selfish thing. They were trying to ejaculate. They were trying to get off. They were trying to get themselves happy. You were most of us, I'll say, were created off of somebody else's lustful desires and urges. Had nothing to do with, oh, I can afford to have this kid and I'm going to bring this kid in and I'm going to, make sure their life is great. And it's usually just, no, I want to get a nut. Oh, sorry, there's little Billy Bob. I'm not fucking sticking around for this kid. See you later, lady. I was just trying to fuck. Peace out. Oh, that kid's got a single parent. Like this whole reality set up to fucking and to promote that type of shit. Like you can't tell us a soul trap when a woman can pump out a bunch of babies and get a $2,000 check from the father every fucking month. It's almost like the system super promotes having broken homed children. They want people that suffer in the realm. And then it's like, we'll give you total 10 grand a month just to have these kids and live in wherever you want. I mean, shit, you're making that much money, godly. You can live however the fuck you want almost. You're going to be on a yacht, but, why would the system do that for her and then promote that type of behavior where a lot of women become predators themselves and do this to other guys and basically just and then like the government don't give a fuck. They, like I said, they want that to happen. They want this dude who makes $5 grand a month to pay three and a half of it to taxes and child support. Just like, so this dude's then in a loose fucking state, creating constant loose because he's wondering and struggling how the fuck he's going to survive. Uh, you got the one dodo bird living high off the horse, but she's the most evilest one out of all of them, bringing a bunch of broken home children into a realm to suffer a fatherless childhood and grow up to be a fucking degenerate. Um, not everybody, and some people are very conscious, some people are very mature. A lot of minds can break out of that stupid script, but there is a script there. Statistics exist for a reason. Um, but anyways, I'm not a big fan of broken homes. I'm not a big fan of single mom or single dad parent households. I would say if you were in a single parent household, no, I can't say that. I don't know. I don't know what if one sex would be a better parental figure than another. I don't know. But I can point out a bunch of complications that can happen from a single mother raising boys, especially a bunch of boys that don't go well. But anyways, this is a Dookie Boy realm. Hope you guys are enjoying another day in the fucking hell realm. I would say don't bring anybody in here because you really, again, they get that fun stage that you're nostalgically thinking about for 10 years, 11 years, maybe 12, if they're lucky. If they're super lucky, they can actually get some of their teen years without dealing with trauma or negativity or bullying or somebody breaking their heart or just some horrible traumatic situation, a loved one or somebody dying, just something that makes them go, oh, why the fuck am I here? Breaks them out of their ignorance just slightly. Whoa, what the fuck? Life can just end? Oh, no. Makes them question their ignorance. Like people say truth sets you free. It's like, hell no. You kidding me? That innocent fucking 14-year-old kid that's never dealt with a trauma is way more free than I am. I know way more truth than that kid does, and it didn't set me free. It enslaved me. He's way more free than I am in his ignorance. I don't understand that. Truth sets you free. How? First off, how do you know that if you haven't found what truth are you talking about? What truth are you talking about? Okay, if I'm shackled and the truth is that the shackles 3-digit number I got to put in is 123 to escape, then yeah, the truth will set me free. The truth is the code on that's 123. There, the truth set me free. There's an example. But what truth are you talking about? What truth are you talking about that's setting you free? Because there's plenty of examples of truth enslaving you, not setting you free. Plenty, way more examples of that. So what are we talking about? But anyways, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off. I've never done a live stream. I don't know how they work, but if I start streaming, it'd probably be a much easier for me to stay on a lot longer than just maybe an hour or half hour at a time making a video. I'll have comments to reply to in real time. I'm going to end up making a comment reply video, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.